Rise and shine, it's time for D is for drama. That's drama with a D. Yeah. Today, I am joined by a couple of newlyweds. Please welcome Ross and Della.
Thank you very much. Happy to be here.
Happy to have you.
Thank you for attending our wedding. Did you get our thank you card?
Yes, I did.
Okay,
I have it displayed on my kitchen counter.
Incredible.
Thank you, USPS.
They just had a wedding. Shout out.
This podcast brought to you by USPS.
So they got married about a month ago, right? Or 2 months?
It's like almost 3 months.
No, months. It's not.
It was May 31st.
No, you're kidding me.
June, July, August.
I thought it was a month ago.
You're telling me.
Yeah.
You're telling me.
Holy shit. Happy 3 month.
Thank you.
Honestly.
Almost 90 days. That's how they say, you got to get past the first 90 days.
And?
I mean, it's great. I love being
great
married.
so far.
I do love being married.
Has anything changed?
I think Ross has gotten like more domestic in like a really good way for me.
Wait, really?
Like he's like loving learning about like new ways to like clean a pan or like
wait, really?
Or like the optimal way to like grow a plant, and you know what I mean, like really useful. I came home and he was like, I washed the outside of all the windows. And I was like, who does that?
So wait, I'm so interested in this.
I
So
know.
did you make a concerted effort, or all of a sudden you're like, I'm a husband, I need to do these duties?
I think it's a little bit of both. I think it's like that kind of like they reinforce each other, right? Where it's like a feedback loop of like, yeah, I'm a husband now. And so if I, the better husband you are, like, these things make you a better husband, but also just kind of improve your overall quality of life. It's like one of those things like, having, like a clean house and like having, like if you're for cooking, like if your pans are seasoned properly and used properly, like it makes cooking easier and makes your dishes taste better. So I think that's been really fun for me, I'm a little bit of an acts of service love language.
Okay, yeah.
And so I like doing things for Della, and she has to commute. I don't. I work from home.
That's the best.
Cooking
I get a lot
for her.
of dinners cooked for me. I mean, I'm living good.
I feel a little bit like we're watching Mad Men. I feel a little bit like a 50s housewife, right? Like she comes in tired from the commute, throws her hat on the door or whatever, and I'm like, dinner's almost ready.
Iconic. I'm living for that. That's so good.
It's really fun.
You got yourself a good wife, Della.
I mean, honestly, I would be jealous of me.
Yeah.
If it was me.
No, I am.
I would like to say that I'm not useless. I am also doing things.
Didn't mean to.
However,
no. We would never imply that.
Of course. I am not inspired to like research better ways to season a pan. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we had our registry, right? And we got all of this, and Ross really
wine glasses from me.
Yes.
Really
cheers.
good.
And they're
Cheers.
delish and they're wonderful. So Ross really led the charge with the registry because he was like doing research on all the different like brands and like the reviews and like
Love
I
that.
know myself and I love myself and I'm just like, those ones are pretty, So it was great that he did so much research, and all this stuff is getting delivered to the house after the wedding, and we're opening it all up. Ross is like, oh, this, what is it?
The wok.
The steel
Carbon steel wok.
And he was so stoked about it. He's like, oh, I can't wait to like season this baby. And like it genuinely was a 3-hour process. And I kept walking out and I was like,
so you season?
what is this?
First, you have to remove they have like a protective
you can't
coating.
Explain it all. You
It
can't
would be
explain
really.
it all.
They have a protective coating. You have to remove. It's taking you longer to tell me not to say it than it would take me to say it. You have to
Loving
remove
the drama.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So like you have to remove the coating with like steel wool. So they have like a protective layer over the steel for while it's like being sold, so that it doesn't get like scratched or like damaged. So you have to remove that. Then you season it with oil, and it's you want to be like really ripping hot. So yeah.
You know what I'm going to do during the editing of that is you'll start and then speed it.
Yeah. It's like
Mickey Mouse voice.
If you don't want to know, you shouldn't ask. I didn't bring up knots for a reason, which is Ross's new obsession is like learning knots. We can't, maybe that's for a different time.
We'll do that next episode.
You do an episode about hobbies no one cares about.
Oh, that'll be a
knots.
good one.
Subscribe. That'll be on the subscribers only. Yeah, that's for the Patreon.
Okay, well, I love this. Husbandly duties. Well, how's it changed for you, Della?
Yeah, Della.
Hey,
Hey, now these two are gonna be fighting by the end.
I think about it probably every day because I do love wearing the wedding ring and like doing my things in the day and
I like wearing the ring. It's very
and like when I'm at work or
super
whatever, I
chic.
like catch it when I'm doing stuff and I just like think of Ross and I'm like, oh, and like kind of a way that is, I don't know, different than before, even when I
Yes.
had like the engagement ring, because it like I think about the day, like I think about the day of the wedding and like the whole experience of like
So sweet.
standing across from you and saying I do, and like so
it was
it's
so,
like packed with.
That was your guys' ceremony was
Thank
like
you.
I was in tears. I
That
was
was
like
the
the
goal.
entire time.
Yeah.
Their vows were so beautiful. And then they did this one thing in the beginning where the officiant had you guys both look out into the crowd and take the moment in. There's their vows. We've got merch all over the place from their wedding. And yeah, take a moment to like look at everybody. And then that's when we could all take our pictures. It was very cute. I like that.
It was a hot crowd too.
It was, yeah.
We've been to a fair number of weddings, and I don't remember the groom getting cheered walking down the aisle first. I really like any other to come
It's very
around the corner
serious.
and yeah, exactly. It's usually like a little bit more somber and reflective, right?
Yeah.
And so to kind of come around the corner with both my parents and people like light up and start cheering was surprising and so much fun.
Aw.
There's a great shot of my mom being like, yeah,
I
like
remember
hyping
that.
it
Yeah,
up.
whooping.
Heard a huge cheer, and I like had to peek out the door, and I was like,
Who's
getting
here?
who's getting a cheer? And I was like, oh, okay, it's Ross. He can have a cheer.
Is Beyonce here?
Yeah, I was like, what is going on? So yeah, I think about all of those
So
things. So
cute.
like that's really nice on a day-to-day basis. And then I don't know, I just like feel really grateful
And like
all the
safe
time.
and secure, like kind of vibes.
Yeah,
that
like
feeling.
we've now gotten the government involved in our relationship.
That's what I mean.
so-
Like having like a license, like a signed, notarized contract with like a stamp on like official paper.
You got to make it work.
Well, yeah, right. It feels official. Like we are official, and
Yeah.
I like that. I'm like, yeah, I'll sign
Yeah,
a contract
it
that I
kinda
love
feel-
you. Like,
yeah, it kind of feels like we did this fun thing that like we got to like basically plan a huge party for everyone we love and like be the center of attention, which we
Which they
obviously
love.
Yeah.
love. The contract to
course.
me, kind of like the license, kind of feels like something that like kids would come up with. You know, like to 8-year-olds, it's just like sign your name that says how much you love me,
Forever.
and it's like forever
until you die. Actually,
It's literally
So
until you
true.
die, and you're just like,
no matter
I
what,
sign here,
sick
I-
or poor or whatever. Like,
Oh my God.
no take backsies, okay?
Pinky promise.
Yeah,
me.
yeah, literally, like that's how it feels. And it was cool. Like, there's some great shots of us signing the contract, and then, funnily, I don't know if you noticed, but in the ballroom across from us at that venue
Oh,
was
it's
a prom. And first of all, you're welcome to any prom goer that attended that for the incredible flowers on the arch, because so many of them were going out and taking photos with it.
Smart.
Like, you're all welcome. And we went to go sign the contract, and some of them were taking photos, and one kid was like, "Can I get a picture with you?" to me.
Oh my God.
And I'll send you this if you want to. You can edit it in.
Please.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Yeah, it's a great. We felt
Oh
like
my God,
celebrities."
that's
so
so funny.
that was fun, and yeah, signing the contract under that arch was cool
Yeah.
too.
but it was like kind of the wedding that like I wasn't really like a little girl that like dreamed about her wedding one day, but I think if I did, it was all the things
Yeah.
that
it was
I wanted
perfect.
out of a wedding.
Except for one.
Well, yeah,
Oh.
except for one. We'll get to that.
Yeah, we'll get there. All right, now one question I have been having for I guess the past year is what in the heck is 100 years, whatever.
Oh.
Ross and Della 100 years, and I've been waiting to ask you guys this for
I'm
the longest
so glad
time.
you asked. Thank you for opening the floor for this.
So their
Um,
website.
The website was rossandella100years.com.
Yes.
I don't know if you saw, but embroidered into my suit jacket is Ross and Della 100 years.
Okay.
Yeah, it was like a hashtag. It was like a funny like thing that people cheered multiple times. 100 years. 100 years. And it originates as an inside joke, as so many things do between us, of it's like from the first episode of Rick and Morty.
Okay.
And at the very end of the episode, there's this moment where like Rick is yelling at Morty and he's like,
And we're gonna go on adventures, Morty. We're gonna go for 100 years. 100 years, Rick and Morty. Rick
You
and
and
Morty.
me,
And you and me,
together
100 Morty
forever. I
remember that.
Adventures.com. Rick and Morty.
yeah.
And like that was for all that show's faults, like the first couple seasons
Oh,
of
I
that were
love
an
that.
early bonding thing between the two of us.
Yeah.
Just like falling on the floor laughing from some of those episodes. And that
Yeah.
rant in particular, we always laughed at the 100 years part. Just something
Oh,
about it just
cute.
always connected. And then as we started dating and everything, we're just like, all right, 100 years.
Ross and Della, 100 years.
100 years of this, you know?
Oh, I love that. That's really cute.
And just seemed like a natural, thing to
Okay,
put into the
perfect.
work into
I
the
was
wedding.
always like, what the hell does this mean? I was like, I'm sure it's an inside joke or something,
Well,
but I was always like,
Mhm.
I kept forgetting to ask.
Well,
And I remember asking Pat about that at the wedding, and he was just, no.
He should have
no.
known because it was a trivia question at my bachelor party.
And this is what I asked him
Oh,
about.
the wedding vow exchange.
Yes. I said, why is it a wedding vow exchange? Like, what is the difference?
This is a good
Well, explain-
opportunity
yeah,
to
explain.
shout out our wonderful
Marry the
graphic
Party.
designer, Mary Yonda, Marry the Party, marrytheparty.com
Party.
with one R. One R in Mary, who also designed this wonderful sticker of our beautiful Kiki.
Oh, yes.
This
I've got
is
that
a
on my water
reference
bottle.
to, there's like a semi-famous trucking
yeah.
company, the Western Truck Exchange.
Yes.
And their graphics are like all over the city. When you now that you'll look and you'll see them everywhere.
Yeah.
Literally, we
Yes.
went past one of their warehouses on the way home from Beyonce at SoFi, and saw a huge logo up.
It was
And it was like a
thrilling.
month before the wedding or something. And we were like, oh my God, that's
You're
the
like,
logo.
That's it.
And so Mary found that and just like sent it to us as like a reference point,
Okay.
and was just like, what if I, and she's like, what if I make it wedding vow exchange? It's like they kind of use the same font and everything.
Yes.
And we just fell in love with it. It was just such a funny, silly
Yeah.
little,
Okay,
if you
that
know,
totally
you know.
makes sense. Because what was it? Western
Truck Exchange.
Okay,
Yeah.
so wedding vow exchange.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah.
All of this is making so much
So
sense.
it was-
Yeah.
I was always just like, I don't understand. Like, and I remember asking Pat, and he was like, "Oh, I don't know because it's a vow exchange." I was like, "Yeah, but I was like, I know, but most people just call it a wedding."
It truly
not
I was
those
came.
asking
people.
people all night. I'm like, does anyone know? I didn't want to interrupt the celebrities of the night. So
It truly came from the brain of Mary,
Yeah.
and she
Perfect.
and it was just like in a deck of inspiration. And she was like, "I love this. Do you like this?" And we were like, "Oh,
No,
we
it's
love it. Like, run with it."
badass.
It's
Yeah.
also like
so perfect.
very California, and there's a lot
Mhm.
of things about the wedding that we really wanted to like feel very California because this is like
Yes.
very much like where we live, where we met, where
Yeah.
we're gonna live,
where you got
know.
married.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'll,
Yeah, we
I'll
love it
post
out
those
here.
photos on Instagram. 'Cause
Yeah,
they're-
we'll
they're-
post
they're
more. We'll send it
sick.
over.
On the day of the wedding.
Uh-huh.
In the so we rented an Airbnb for myself and for the girls and for my mom and for Ross's mom to come and get ready
Mhm.
for the wedding. It was this cool house, this like kind of old house with like 3 kind of stories. So we're all getting ready and I'm in the makeup chair and it's like 2 hours before the ceremony and I'm talking to the makeup artist and she's doing makeup. And she was like, "Are you nervous about anything? Like, is there anything that like is giving you any anxiety?" And I was like, "No, like honestly, there's nothing about like marrying Ross that was making me feel anxious in any way because we've
No
talked
cold
about it. We've been
feet.
together for so long, you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Mhm.
So there was nothing like that. And I truly said the words to her like,
Oh my God.
what could go wrong?
Cut to.
And then probably like 20 minutes later, she's doing my makeup and I hear like a clattering to the
Mhm,
side and I
mhm.
can't turn my head immediately. And I think to myself, oh my God, I think one of my bridesmaids, my like oldest friend, Jessie, love her so much. She's the
Bless
best.
her heart.
She's so clumsy. So I was like, oh my God, Jessie's fallen basically. So
I love that.
yeah.
That's so funny that that's what you assumed happened.
Immediately I
I'm
was like, oh,
dead.
here comes Jessie falling. And
to be known is to be loved or whatever.
Yeah.
100%. She's the best. And so I turn my head and so leading up into like the kitchen area, there's like 3 small steps. And laying at the bottom of the steps on her back is my mother. And I kind of like had no idea what to do because she had clearly fallen down
Holy
these
shit,
stairs.
She was on the ground.
She was on the ground, and there was like 3 of my bridesmaids and like one of the hair stylists like looking down at
Whoa.
her, and she was like kind of in like a half curl, and she was like grabbing her arm, and she was kind of like scrunched up, and I like sort of like, what do you do in that moment? You know what I mean? I was like,
yeah,
I don't
you
know like
probably
what's wrong. I like
freeze.
obviously
right?
jumped out of the chair. I like ran over to my mom. She was like holding onto her arm, her left arm, and she was like basically telling me like to get her wedding ring off because her hand like was swelling. So I got her wedding ring off. And I was like, what hurts? Like, what have you done? So her arm clearly hurt. She had like fallen backwards, and I was super concerned that she had hit her head.
Yes.
Was what I was really concerned about.
Mm-hmm.
And Ross's mom, who was also there, immediately it was like, we need to call 911.
Oh,
Like, we need to
fuck.
call an ambulance to like get her to a hospital.
Oh, and how far away are we from the wedding at this point?
2 hours.
Hour-wise?
2 hours.
Oh,
It was like
shit.
2:00 in the afternoon, and the wedding, like, it's at 4, and then like the ceremony's at 4:30. And so, kind of in that moment, it was like my mom was like, "I'm not going to a hospital. Like, I'm not going to a hospital. Like, no matter what happens, don't call 911." I was trying to get her
I gotta
to
get
tell
my
me
daughter
if she had like
wed.
hit her head or anything, and she had said no, she didn't hit her head, but then she got really dizzy
Oh no.
and had to sit down. And so this was the most dramatic moment basically of the whole
Yes.
wedding day for me. It was like in this moment, because I was like, do I listen
I
to
do?
Ross's mom who's saying call 911 and get her to
Yes.
an ambulance so she can get to a hospital immediately?
Yeah.
Or do I listen to my mom who's saying like, don't call an ambulance? I don't want to go to a hospital.
Oh,
I want, you know what I mean?
Hard.
I'm like, do you have a concussion? Do you have like a broken bone?
Is
Do
she
you
gonna
have like
fucking bleed out at the fucking?
do you have internal bleed?
When
Yeah,
Cha-Cha
exactly.
slides on?
That was on the do not playlist. Thank you very much.
Cha-Cha, real smooth.
But I think that would be like, what would you do?
I know. I'm like, damn it. I mean, honestly, I would have probably done what you did. But I can see being like, oh my God, like, what the fuck? I'm in such a pickle because not that it's like all on you, but because like they're adults that can make their own decisions. But like, I would feel guilty about like, what if she isn't okay?
Yeah.
But then also I would be like, this fucking sucks. Like, if she did go to the hospital, I would be like, oh, and then if it was nothing, I'd kind of be like, damn it.
Yeah. And then she misses. There's no way she would have gone to a hospital and been out in time to make the wedding.
No,
Yeah, first
she
of all,
wouldn't
that.
even been seen
Yeah,
yet
right.
by the time the wedding was starting.
I think that definitely influenced it, because I actually think if it had happened earlier in the day, it kind of would have been worse, right? Because then it's like, if it happens at like 10 a.m., then it's like, well, that is technically enough time to go and come back. But then if you spend too much time, then can you come back and get ready and all that? So
And then when did you find out?
I want to say it was pretty calm over here. All the guys got ready here,
Of course.
and we're just joking around, having a good time.
Haven't even like started getting ready.
I
You're
think
probably
we-
playing D&D.
Yeah. We had a spirited discussion about the ethics of Cars, the Cars universe.
Oh my God.
Which that's a whole other episode.
Cars universe.
Bring Bernie on again to talk. Bring Bernie and me on
We're
to talk
talking
about
Pixar,
Cars.
right?
Pixar's Cars.
Okay.
Yes,
okay.
the same.
I have to hear this.
Yeah. Oh, trust me, there's a lot. I think it must have been around 2:30 or so. Patrick like pulled me into our room aside away from everyone else, and it was like it was like 9/11. There's been an incident. Like, I was like, okay, well, keep me posted, but I'm gonna leave this one to you, kind of like you're in contact with Devin. Like, I'm not like texting Della at this point, you know what I mean? Like, it's not like we could have, but I was like really kind of barely even looking at my phone. I'm like, I'm getting dressed
you're
and
trying
all.
to be in the moment.
I'm like, just keep me posted. He was basically like, who do you think, like, is there anyone who mentioned like being available to kind of help out if so? And I was like, our friends Dave and Julia, constantly like among the people who are just like, is there anything we can do to help in any way? I was like, call Dave, ask if they can go to like a pharmacy and get like painkillers and like a splint, right? Like a wrap and stuff. And he's like, okay, yeah, they can do it. And then I was like, it's gonna be taken care of. So I was lucky in that I was able to kind of just be like, all right, there's adults on it. I was like, among Della's bridesmaids are like directors, producers, like my mother's there, exactly. Like, I'm like, she's in good hands. You know,
it happened
all
with a
throughout.
very supportive group because everyone was like immediately on it. Like someone had her like arm elevated, someone got ice, like someone got ibuprofen, like everyone like really descended upon her.
Oh, I love
And,
this.
so it was like truly a group effort.
And was she hurting?
She was definitely hurting.
It's
I
her
think that
wrist,
she
right?
was
Did you
trying to
say that
downplay
wrist?
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was her left wrist. And she kind of like showed everyone her wrist. And I think collectively, individually, we were all like, doesn't look good. Like, there was no like bone poking out, but you just think to
Just
yourself, like, an arm
swelled.
shouldn't look that way, you know?
Oh.
And it was kind of already starting to like bruise. And I think everyone was kind of like, it's definitely broken, right? But then to her face, we're like, maybe just sprained. Maybe it's
Yeah,
just
yeah,
sprained.
just a
You
bruise,
never
you
know.
know?
You
Yeah.
never know.
Oh.
So Ross's dad came over to the Airbnb to pick up his mom. And in picking up his mom, he also, it wasn't the original plan, but took my mom back to the hotel because I had to call my dad and be like, Mom fell, which my dad, my sweet dad, like later he was like, I was in the middle of watching a YouTube video of how to tie an Oxford knot. And I'm halfway ready and didn't know what to do. And I'm just like, oh, I'm
in the
poor,
middle of
wonderful father.
something.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the middle of something. And so she went, back to the hotel, and I knew that she was going to be okay. And so then I could kind of get ready. But her whole thing was like, don't worry about me. Like, don't
Yeah.
think about me. And I'm like, well, there's no way that I'm not
I cannot
thinking. You know what I mean?
Totally.
Like,
I
there's
have
no
to think
way.
about
How
you.
can I not be thinking about you?
But also, like, if I'm sure it was that you were worried about the head, but like, what can they really do at the hospital anyway for a wrist besides just like a I mean, I know it would be a cast,
Yeah.
but like
Yeah.
normally they give you just a splint to start
I think so,
anyway
yeah.
while
Yeah.
they like make the cast or
Mhm.
whatever. So it's kind of like, what else is there to do?
Well, that's definitely what was part of it. I think if it was that she had hit her head, I would have insisted she go to a hospital.
Yeah.
Because then that kind of gets way more serious.
Yes.
But because it was localized to her arm, I was like, if she says she's good for now, then she's good for now.
So what happened? She just tripped?
She just stepped backward.
Oh, she
there was
didn't
three
realize it
steps.
She was
there?
just
Oh no.
doesn't go down all
Yeah,
the steps and
step
just kind
backward. And then it was like
slipped and-
3 like stone steps that she like kind of fell backward
they were
down.
Now, was there a part of you
Hardwood.
at all that was like, oh God, Mom?
I mean, yeah, definitely.
I would have done that. I would have felt
Because
that way.
like for like hours and like genuinely like days and weeks, like in the echoes of the wedding, I'm like one step, like one backward step is all it took to like. I wouldn't say it changed the wedding at all, but it certainly changed the wedding for my mom. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I think she would have loved to be like out there dancing more and out there you know what I mean? But she like kind of felt like she needed to like really protect the arm and like she socialized
too.
Yeah, I mean, she socialized with a bunch of people and she like got to like meet a bunch of people, and she has said to me that she had like the best time and
That's
like
good.
really enjoyed it. But I do know that she would have had a better time with a not broken arm, you know?
Makes sense.
You know who I blame for it?
Who?
We had
Oh, yeah.
booked a different Airbnb
Uh-huh.
for the bridal suite. And like a month or a month and a half, a pretty short amount of time before the wedding, the hosts canceled the booking and said, we're actually taking the house down from Airbnb. We're going to stop doing Airbnb altogether. So we've canceled and like refunded, of course.
Maybe do that after.
But that's what I
your
was like,
client's booked.
I'm like, can you not leave it up until after we've done it? Because yes, you're refunding us, but you're leaving us in a lurch where now we're only like have a month out to find a place.
Yeah.
So this place, while beautiful, was kind of an emergency replacement for that other
Yeah.
place. With the other place was on a flat lot in like
Toluca Lake.
Toluca Lake, right? So like
Closer
much
too.
closer, easier to get in and out of. And without this other place, beautiful, but we'll show you some pictures.
Kind of
lot
on
of
a
stairs.
hill, yeah.
Yeah, a little hilly, a lot of stairs. The stairs, this other place, I'm pretty sure there weren't any steps down.
That's true. I do
throughout
blame
the rest
those
of the
guys.
other.
No.
So I blame those two specific
Your
Airbnb.
fault.
If you're watching,
You're
you know who you
watching.
are.
Isn't that crazy how you never know like how you are actually how you
These-
have affected other people's lives?
Yeah,
I'm sure
right?
it happens a lot.
I'm unimaginable,
where you have
uncountable.
no idea
yeah,
that you've done
amount.
it and there was no malice or anything intended, but
Totally. I totally understand their decision, but it was so
Still lame,
frustrating. Well,
though.
yeah, again, just like you couldn't have given us like a heads up
I don't think they should have
further
done that.
in it. I think like, yeah, you should have to like honor the rest of
the
your
guests that
bookings.
you have.
Before you
Yeah.
just
Unless
set-
an
set a
emergency
date
happened or something.
Sure, which who knows, maybe. You know what I mean? Maybe I'm
I feel
being
like they would have
unreasonable.
said that though.
Yeah, because all they said was like, we've made the decision to stop hosting our home on Airbnb. And it's like,
They just
couldn't-
wanted it for the weekend. They had guests coming or some
maybe.
shit.
Well, no, they've taken it down. I have checked and they've totally taken the listing down. And again, I totally get that. I just think like,
Butterfly flaps its wings, you know?
why couldn't you have just like put a stop booking date? You know, like don't stop
Yes.
accepting bookings after this date. And then that's
Wrong.
when, you know,
It's very
So-
wrong.
it's annoying. It's annoying.
So I definitely would have done what you guys did, though.
I think that was the right decision.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah.
But I do wonder what my listeners think. I bet you there's some of them out there that are a little bit more like, I don't want to say hypochondriac-ish, but that are a little bit more like, I don't know.
Like go to the hospital no matter what.
Yeah, like Max is more like that than I am. Like I'm very much
Get it
it's
checked.
fine. You're fine.
If it had been me and it was like my daughter
Yeah.
getting married, I would have done what her mom.
Same.
I would
Same. I would have never missed it. Are you kidding me?
Yeah,
no
no way, no
way.
chance.
But
Even
then,
if I hit my head.
but then she was there. So she was there for like basically the whole wedding. Until like the end at like 11 p.m. And then they went for a drink at the after party and left. And then the next morning we had like a brunch thing. And then they drove 6 hours home to Arizona. And then she went to urgent care in Arizona.
Yeah.
And then that's where she found out
And
that it was broken.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I doubt she did any damage to it, you think?
Well, she did have to get surgery
And
and
she
got
might not
like
have had to.
12 like nails in her wrist now, like a plate
Oh.
and the whole thing.
But she probably would have had to do that anyway. I don't
Oh,
think.
yeah.
Not because
No, there
she
was
waited.
nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing about the waiting like
That
made it any worse.
Mhm.
Well, we do have a story here that's about some parents on the day of the wedding as well that messed it up a little bit, I would say, or caused some drama. I got married on Saturday and it was absolutely amazing except for one thing. My parents showed up late. They knew the ceremony time, and my husband and I made it very clear to everyone, both in the invites and in person, that we were going to start exactly at that time. The venue cost us a lot of money. We paid for the entire wedding ourselves, and we were only able to use it for a limited amount of time, so we wanted to make every minute count. So the wedding day came, and half an hour before we were scheduled to start, my parents still hadn't shown up. My husband and I both called them multiple times, but nobody answered. We waited and still heard nothing. Finally, the start time arrived, and my parents still weren't there. I was really pissed off at this point. The wedding coordinator asked if I wanted to go ahead and start the wedding, and I said yes. All of the other wedding guests were already there, and we wanted to be considerate of their time. My parents showed up 15 minutes later and missed the entire ceremony. It turns out they did leave early but got rear-ended at a traffic light and had to deal with insurance, police, etc. They only have a landline, no cell phone, so they couldn't get in touch with me. Obviously, there's no way I could have known this. I'm still frustrated with them for not making more of an effort to get to the venue early, and they are furious with me for not delaying the wedding 15 minutes so they could be there. Am I the asshole?
No.
No.
Fully on her side. Fully on her side.
I'm on the side of the wedding couple here. I think
Okay.
if you're the parents in this situation, no. If you're the parent, you know who probably has a phone? The people who rear-ended you.
Oh, yeah. Do you think I'm sure they have their number memorized, right?
Come on. If you have if you're the kind of person that only has a
true.
landline,
True.
you
have
memorize
to.
phone numbers. You have to.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
have
absolutely.
to.
You have to. So I absolutely believe that they
That's
had the
such a
number
good
memorized.
point.
And they absolutely could have said to the person who hit them, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry. We're on our way to our daughter's wedding or our child's wedding.
Yeah,
can we
can we
use your
tell
phone?"
them?
And the person that rear-ended them would kind of have to. You kind of have to give up your phone in that situation to help these people. So
I don't know why you wouldn't anyway. I mean, I
Yeah.
mean, I guess they got rear-ended, so it's not even like the other people. The other people should be like anything you need.
exactly, that's what I mean, right? Like those people should absolutely be just like
helping them out.
however they want.
I wonder if
And-
they're like those just like aloof, like, you know how some people are just like a little bit like not street smart or something, and they're like not a lot of comments.
Well, yeah, that's what it sounds like, that they didn't make, I think, enough of an effort to
Alert the media.
yeah, kind of like it's the wedding, like that is the one thing when you're in the middle of it, when you're getting married, you don't want to be
Thinking about
bothered or thinking about anything,
anything.
right? Like that's what other people are for, the
The
coordinator,
wedding
whoever,
coordinator.
yeah, day of, right?
Yeah.
You know, give them the number and stuff. Like
I think it's on the parents to find a way. You can call the venue. You can call, like, there's so many ways to get that information across.
Yeah.
And, like,
true.
If a police officer shows up, they're going to have a phone. If, you know what I mean? If
That
there's-
should be like your number one priority.
your priority should be, you're doing so much waiting around when you get rear-ended. like make some of
Yeah.
that time about getting
Especially if
this
you need to wait for the
information
police. Because in
across.
LA, though, the police won't come for this stuff.
No.
So
Right. It's
you
only if
just
someone gets
exchange
hurt.
insurance.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's a little bit quicker in LA. Like you could literally do it in like 30
Right.
seconds flat. But if you're waiting for police and stuff,
And from the point of view of the bride and groom, like without any communication, how long are they supposed to wait?
To
How do they
wait,
know that it's a
true.
15-minute wait? How do they know that it's not going to be
An hour later or
'Cause they have
whatever, you know.
no
Yeah,
information?
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like
I think my counter to that is that like she didn't wait at all though. Like I definitely feel like she could have waited 10 minutes. It was like the time came and she was just like, "Nope, we're doing this."
It sounds like there might be other
Yeah.
previous issues that may
Incidences.
have contributed to this,
For
because
sure.
I agree with you, and I could see it sounds like this person maybe deals with, again, this kind of thing somewhat regularly.
For sure.
If nothing else, like, again, just them not having cell phones means that when this happens, anytime this happens where there's a delay after you leave your phone,
Yeah.
you can't communicate that.
Ever.
And back in the day when no one had cell phones, that was
was
just the way it was.
common.
You know what I mean? Like, that's fine.
Totally.
Even like, you know, it's just the way it is. There's nothing
Yeah.
you can expect. any different.
Everyone was more lenient back then.
And I also even understand not wanting to have like a smartphone, but you can have a dumb cell phone. You can still buy just a brick cell phone and program in your kids' numbers so that like I get it for old people. Again, I get not wanting to deal with the whole thing, but you can get a
my
simple
grandma
one.
had like a flip phone.
My
like,
grandma has a phone. My grandma has a cell phone. My grandma has email.
Actually, my dad's parents didn't, but they didn't leave the house.
There you go. That's fine. If
You
you're
always
always by
had
your
no
phone,
reason to
nothing
have
to worry
to
about,
find 'em.
right? And I'm also like, I don't know. My mom was with Della when she was getting ready in the morning. My dad came here to get ready with the boys and stuff.
I know, like how
There's
are
a
they not
lot
there
of
already?
communication, and we're seeing them already day of. Like, where were they coming from? What are the other circumstances?
Why are you getting there right on time?
Yeah, that too,
You
right?
should have
Why aren't you
been
getting there like an
hours
hour
ahead of
early? Yeah,
time.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Getting ready and stuff.
So that too, like it's kind of poor planning there. Like if you plan to arrive at the start of the ceremony, we did talk about what to put on the invite as far as times, because sometimes that is confusing if you don't explicitly state. So we made sure to
wedding
state
is starting.
arrive at 4, ceremony starts at 4:30 was the thing.
But
Like
she
arrive
said
at 4
that
for a
she
drink.
was very
Like,
specific.
She said that. Yeah. She
Yep,
said
yeah.
specifically. So
Invites and in person.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're so right. This
Nothing-
is definitely one of those things where what is it when there's if it's hysterical, it's historical.
there you go.
So yeah, you've had all of this history with it.
That's a good
Wow.
phrase.
And
That's deep. I do think that maybe there was a way for her to wait a little bit, but it is at the end of the day
right?
about the wedding.
And time flies. Like we did
True.
towards the end of dinner, like we were trying to like get the dance floor started, and it went a little
Oh my
bit
God.
later, and time flies, and you always have less time
Than you
think and then you want. Even when we were making our playlists, like our do not playlist had a few hits, a few songs
we
you
love,
find
songs we
at
love.
lots of weddings that we like, but you hear it at every single wedding where I don't have time. There's
I gotta
not-
get to the songs I love.
there's too many of those songs. There's too many songs we absolutely want to hear. You only have like a max of like 3-4 hours to dance on the dance floor with those songs. It's actually not that many songs. Like it's very easy to get a playlist to 4 hours, you know?
Oh yeah.
And have a lot of filler songs in there.
For
so
sure. We just made one recently and it was 14 hours.
And
we were like, okay, well, I think we need to cut some of these.
Yeah. Like, okay, we're not going to hear everything here. So you kind of have to, time does fly at a wedding. So I agree with you there. Like maybe you could have waited, but if you're on a clock and
unless they had called him and
Hitchin'
like,
with dinner.
we will be
True.
there in 15 minutes. I'm sorry, we're running late. Then I would have
Then you
paused.
can wait
Then
because
I
then
would have
otherwise-
paused.
Yes.
Because I have a definitive.
No, I agree. You're right. You guys are so right. You swayed me. I was definitely on the other side. I think this whole episode I'm on the wrong side of history, but because the next one I think I'm on the wrong side too. But I just still think like I understand all of that, and I know that like the wedding cost stuff. We actually had a comment here that was saying how, hold on, where did it go? Okay. When I got married, we were told for every 15 minutes past the start time we delayed, we had to pay an additional $75.
Oh.
My father-in-law actually told everyone on my husband's side of the family the wrong start time. He said an hour later than it was. We ended up just getting married with half of our guests there because we didn't want to pay an additional $300 to delay our wedding. Everyone was very understanding and we all had a great time at the reception. I think this should be a wake-up call for your parents to get a damn cell phone.
Oh,
Okay, hold on. I'm sorry though. This person's. Am I to understand that one half of the family relied solely on
the
one
dad?
source of information for the start time of the wedding?
You know what?
a dad, no less.
A
A
father. A
dad.
father. Like, come on.
Wait, I'm not gonna lie though. I could so see my dad's side of the family doing this. I really could.
I think part of planning it is like, did we tell all the people all the things? It's so hard to
Because people don't fucking read.
people don't listen and they don't
They
read.
don't listen and they don't
listen and they
fucking
don't read. And it
They
was
don't
so,
RSVP.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
tracking people down. my sweet wonderful aunt was like, well, I thought you'd know we'd be there. Like we said, yes, we'd go. And I'm like, okay, yeah, but we need you to
We need a
RSVP for
formal.
like the numbers. And then she's like, I can't
Oh,
I can't find, like when I type in my name,
Oh.
it doesn't, because when you go, you type in your name and then you RSVP. I was like, what are you typing in? And she was like, Uncle John and Aunt Nancy.
Uncle John. Oh my
Instead of his
God.
full name, his
Yeah.
just government name.
That's hilarious.
but-
Was she like, oh yeah, duh?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. It was great. It was very funny.
That's so good.
But yeah, we were very concerned with like, okay, how many ways can you tell people stuff? You send them the invite, you have the website, you text with people, you're like, hey, you looked that you did that, and like
You
is
gotta
everything
follow
updated
up.
and all that. And so like, yeah, if you're relying on a single source of information then that's it's kind of
Yeah.
a failing on their part.
Yeah. But this 15 minutes thing, like, damn, 75 per 15 minutes. But
Does
I guess
that mean
makes
that their
sense.
whole ceremony that's crazy?
Yeah.
Does this mean that their whole ceremony was 15 minutes long? Because they said that they arrived 15 minutes later and then they missed the whole ceremony.
15 minutes. But how long was your guys? Like
Like a
20?
half hour.
It was a half hour?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, okay. It didn't seem like that. I mean, it went by like
Some people
but it
have
was
quick
enjoyable.
ceremonies.
if you don't
Yeah,
do
yeah.
readings, if you don't do stuff. I
when
guess.
they're
Oh, yeah,
too
it makes
long and they're
sense.
boring, but your guys is like entertaining. So
I wasn't fishing, but thank you.
I feel like, I mean, yeah, the parents, it just like a lesson learned. Like literally, you guys, if you saw my story yesterday, like I dropped my fucking hard drive, didn't have any of it backed up. It was a mutual project with a friend. Like I have to pay now $800+ to get this stuff fixed. And I'm telling you, like you just have to learn your lesson. And that's what these people, like these
Sometimes you
parents,
gotta learn the hard
they
way.
gotta learn it. That
Yeah.
sucks so bad though. I can see being so fucking mad if I was the parents, but I do think that their anger is misplaced.
Yes.
Agree.
And again, because like when you get rear-ended, if you're in that situation, the second you get rear-ended, like my first thought is, how am I going to contact
Whoever I have to go to
this
or
group
whatever.
to let them know
Yes.
that we're, you know what I mean? Like that's priority number one. Leave the husband to deal with the insurance. The wife takes a taxi to like the parents. Like the mom takes a taxi to get there and tell everyone what's happening or something like that. Like there's ways
Yes.
to like make
kind
it
of like main character energy,
A little
where they were like, there's no way she'd
no way they'll
start
start
without
without
us.
I also-
You're gonna learn today.
honey.
Well, I also think that a lot of that anger is probably actually internal at themselves. But
Exactly.
they're just taking it out on her.
exactly, yeah.
Because that's where
it's
my anger
misplaced.
would be like on
Yes.
myself for not thinking of a different
But
solution.
you can never like
before this very
know.
moment.
It hurts more to be mad at yourself. So you're
Yeah,
like,
of
I'll just be
course.
mad at I'll be mad at my daughter. And
Yeah.
parents get mad at their kids like fairly easily, you know?
Yeah.
Because like you feel like they're yours and you should do what I want you to do.
And no one
How dare
no
you?
one pushes your buttons faster than family.
Oh yeah.
Right. Like
They probably were also hurt that I can imagine being really hurt that my daughter started without me though.
Yeah,
I'd be
I'm sure.
really hurt. Even if it was my fault. I would be like, wow, I can't believe you fucking did that without
Yeah.
us. Like
Yeah.
this would hurt. I mean, this one went a lot of different ways. Like people were literally saying, everyone sucks, nobody sucks, you're the asshole, not the asshole. Every other comment was different.
Are there any good comments in defense of the parents that like the "you're the asshole" comments
Yeah.
of like, because I'm curious what the takes are. Because I can understand being upset. Certainly, I can understand. You didn't delay at all, like a little bit. But I'm curious, like, what some of the other reasons are.
You're the asshole for being frustrated with them when you already acknowledged that they did leave early, and also for apparently believing that making the most of your time is about the venue instead of your loved ones. I could totally get not wanting to wait a long time for them, but you didn't wait at all. I hope that extra 15 minutes of boring toast and drunk people awkwardly doing the chicken dance was worth not having your parents at your ceremony.
That's actually
clocked
pretty
it.
deep.
All right, yeah.
I mean, I
okay.
agree.
That's a
Like,
good-
I would truly pay, like, not any amount of money, but I would for sure pay $300 to wait for my parents to be there. If now that's waiting an hour though.
Yeah,
An hour. And that actually does really because sometimes you only have the ceremony for a certain thing. That would fuck things up. But like, I would definitely pay, even if it was, I think there's a lot of history here.
I think you're swaying me kind of.
But I do think
I'm
that I
very
would want,
easily-
if it was just me and my parents and like, I don't have the history of whatever these guys have, I would for sure pay an amount of money for my
Ooh, yeah.
parents to be
I
there.
would
That's
definitely wait at least like 15
disrespectful.
minutes.
Yes.
You
Yeah.
know, like,
I would wait a half
Yeah.
hour,
Both come around.
honestly.
Well,
I think I'm more on the everyone sucks here because I think that the parents could have done more to alert, and I think the couple could have waited at least a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, like it sucks, money's tight and all that.
Yeah,
yeah, I get that.
exactly.
But yeah, I definitely, you know.
that comment, like making the most of your time, I think kind of struck me because it's
Yeah.
like it is better with the people you love around you.
Yeah.
And also, she actually didn't even mention that it was going to cost her more. That was the commenter. So it might not have even costed her any. It just, she
That's a
wanted
good point,
every
yeah.
amount of time to be filled and not wasting, which I get that. But at the same, like, I almost feel like that's more of like an anxiety
But
thing
then-
coming into your head.
Yeah.
We can't waste any time. We can't waste any time. But then, like, you kind of, I mean, you took that moment away from your parents.
Yeah.
You took that moment away from you. Wasn't your dad gonna be involved at all? Like walking
Yeah.
down the aisle,
You don't
or
get those
both
moments
parents?
back.
You know
Yeah,
what I
that's
mean?
true,
Like,
too.
I guess they weren't walking them down the aisle. I don't know if this is a guy or a girl or whatever that was writing in, but I don't know. Those
Even
are really
so,
important
yeah.
moments. And now you have drama.
Yeah.
Now you're writing on fucking Reddit, and
Yeah.
and you're being talked on
Instead
DS
of
for
enjoying
drama.
being married. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay, maybe I'm changed.
I think everyone sucks.
I think- okay,
everyone
okay, I
sucks.
think
here.
everyone
sucks
I think
here.
there's
Yeah,
everyone
yeah.
because also everyone lost. It was a lose-lose.
It was a lose-lose,
right, all
Yeah.
around. So I do agree there that that was the case. So
Yeah, I would not have made this choice. Let's just put it
Mhm.
that way.
yeah, fair,
Me either.
All right.
easily swayed.
Yeah, I know,
Well, because I
honestly.
actually do think in a lot of ways the wedding isn't just about the couple. Like, I think it is about like your parents and stuff. Like, I'm sure they've dreamed about their kids walking down the aisle their whole lives or whatever,
Oh, yeah.
having a grandchild, things like that.
It's about the couple, but it's
For
for
other
everyone.
people. Yeah,
and it's a
yeah.
lot for the guests, right? It is like people do exactly. Your parents, like they raised you. They, you know,
They want to have those special moments.
yeah, they want to. This is like a culmination of parenthood. Definitely is a wedding. Like that is like a moment where you're seeing like your child partnering with someone they love, and it is a big moment for parents. Absolutely, I see it at every wedding we go to. The parents are overjoyed, and it's really fun too. I think that's a fun thing. Is like purposefully like overjoying your parents, you know what I mean, like kind of
Yeah.
overwhelming them with like the love you built and
love.
stuff.
Oh yeah, they're crying. They're so excited. Like,
Yeah.
it's kind of, I mean, it's like a, you know, some of it I guess you can call antiquated, but it is a beautiful moment of like, you know, your kids entering into a new chapter, and
Yeah.
you can kind of be like, great, like they're starting their own family now.
Yeah, exactly. And like one of the things that was so exciting for us was our parents and just anyone, family from out of town or friends from out of town, bringing them out here and showing them what we've built,
Yeah,
showing
you're
those communities,
right.
showing them the people, introducing them to all these people they've heard about over all the years. And
Totally.
it would not, to the point of why we didn't want your mom in the hospital for the wedding, it wouldn't have been nearly as special
That would have
without them there.
sucked.
So
She would have been miserable
you
sitting
know what?
there in the
Fuck
fucking
those
waiting-
people that started the ceremony without waiting.
Exactly.
I hate them now.
So I am on the right side of history.
you won after all. It turns out.
Hey, make the most of your time with the people you love.
Yeah. Well, didn't you had something
Well,
where
just-
with your dad, right?
Just that my dad, who is like a scientist, like chemist for like his
Dr.
career,
Anderson.
Dr. Anderson, he isn't necessarily like the most creative guy, but reached out to me and was like, I have this idea for the father-daughter dance, and we do like it's part one song and then it changes into a different
Oh, I love
song that's
that.
like
I wanna do
faster,
that.
and then like it goes from like
was
a
fun.
sweet dance to like a kind of a rock and roll dance, and it was Into the
perfect.
Mystic as like
Into the
I
Mystic
love that
by Van
song.
Morrison.
It's the best
Yeah,
song.
yeah.
Mhm.
I forgot about that.
And then hard cut to Life During Wartime by the Talking Heads.
it
What's that
ain't
one
no
then?
party.
This ain't no disco.
Oh yeah, yeah.
This
yeah,
ain't no
yeah.
fooling around.
And he was like,
So good.
maybe this is my dad on the phone to me. Maybe like a couple minutes into the Mystic, when you think it's just going to be a regular father-daughter dance, there's like this switch moment. And then what if we acted like, whoa, what's going on? Like, we don't know what's happening. And then like we break into a second dance. And I was like, the fact that you've thought through like step by step, like you've basically produced this moment in your head. And I was like, how can I say no? Like, how, you know what I mean? So we kind of, when we planned the ceremony, we were like, okay, and then we'll do the, son, mother son dance first, and then
mother boy
dance. And then the second one will like lead into all the rest of the dancing for the night. So it kind of helped inform like the way the whole
and
ceremony
then you called everyone
or the reception
yeah,
went on the
that
floor,
was fun.
right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I got to bring everyone in.
And so again, like it's our party. It's about us, but I think it is for other people because it's like a very like my dad will never have a daughter get married again. You know what I mean? Like, it's only hopefully only going to happen once. So like, it was really important for me to like make that moment special for him and for my mom as well. And yeah, fuck these people who started this wedding.
Exactly.
I also wanted to make the mother-son dance very special, which is why we chose the chicken dance.
I was gonna say I like have a memory of a chicken dance in there. I thought you were gonna say that. And I was like, because there's definitely was a fucking chicken dance.
We went to a wedding of a friend of mine and my sister's from childhood, a woman named Isabel, a few years ago, back in like 2017 or 2018, and so brought Della,
funny.
And my sister's there as well, and like we're dancing with the bride and stuff on the dance floor's popping and everything. And then the chicken dance comes on, as it does at a lot of weddings. And so all the kids are like, all right, cool, let's go get a drink, we'll go take a breather,
time
maybe
for
whatever.
A breather. Yeah.
And as we walk off the dance floor, we pass my mother, Doris Houselander, walking past us,
shuffling all quick onto the floor.
This is my song. And my mom loves like novelty music, and she loves polkas,
so
like in particular. That's like the German heritage. Loves it.
Right up her alley.
And so I kind of had a similar thought. Like there's also like a select number of songs guaranteed to make my mom cry. And so at first I was like, should we do like Somewhere Over the Rainbow? Because that's like in particular, my mom will bawl at that one.
Of course, that's the
or
best
like
song.
It's your funeral song.
Yeah, specifically.
Have your parents done this too? Have they started telling you what songs they want at their funeral?
No.
Yeah,
get
mine
ready.
have. Mine
as well. My mom's
Wait,
like, well,
what?
My mom's like,
I have a playlist started for my mom's
Love this
funeral.
at my funeral.
God, that's so funny. I'll have to ask my parents.
Yeah, ask them sometime. That's a good question to
I know
general.
how
Ask
they
your
want to
parents.
be like buried or not
How?
buried, but yeah. My mom wants to be. There's a thing where you can get put into like a tree pod to like be made into a tree, which I want to do that too.
That's great.
Yeah.
And that's so up my mom's alley. And then she might make my dad do that too, but
you'll be a tree and you'll like it.
And you'll like it. And we'll just be next to each other for eternity. Our branches going together.
That's really sweet.
But I'm pretty sure I would just guess he would want to be cremated.
Yeah.
That's how I would have wanted to do it. Like the burying thing. I'm sorry. No.
I think I want to be a bench.
I hate being embalmed. And then you're just sitting in a casket for all of eternity.
I do feel like I feel like you're trapping a soul into a body, and it feels kind of hellacious.
Yes. The reason why back in the day that you would bury people is so they go back into the earth.
Yeah.
They're not fucking sitting there.
They're not in marble. They're not in marble caskets. They're in like wood boxes and they rot. You know what I mean? It becomes fertilizer, worm food.
Yeah.
You go back into the fucking earth. So that's what the tree thing is.
I like the tree thing actually. Maybe
I want to be a bench. I'd like to be a bench,
How? I know a placard on a bench, but you could actually be one.
Well, I think that you can your space can occupy a bench sized area so that people can come and sit on the bench and
your whole body,
you.
not even like cremated into the bench, but like it's your body and we're sitting on your face.
No. For all eternity. My face exists to be sat upon.
Hell yeah.
That would be the most visited bench.
No, like the same way you can like make anything out of
like a necklace
like ashes or whatever, but have
it.
it like fused into the.
I know what you mean, but I just want you to.
It's a crazy request. Ross, write that down.
Yeah. Oh, I have. No, she's told me that one for sure. You can get your ashes compressed into like a diamond.
Yes,
so
I like that.
I assume that you could do something similar with wood or stone or
For sure.
I'll pour
My
your
death
ashes into
bench.
concrete and
Yeah.
make a concrete bench.
Yeah, exactly.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Okay, good.
Whatever floats your boat, Del.
But so I was like, I don't want to make my mom cry. I actually don't. I want to have fun for the
Okay.
wedding. That's
Yeah,
why
yeah,
I
yeah.
ended up. And so when I proposed that to her, it was funny because we both kind of got like fake out moments with our parents for because I was like, okay, we'll go and we'll stand and we'll look like we're about to do like an elegant ballroom dance, and I'll have the DJ like pause.
Yes.
And then go into it and just do one run around of it. And it's like
Yeah.
she loved that. She had a blast.
That's perfect.
And it worked out really well.
Well, I did have a story. I'm trying to find it. Sorry, that's why I'm looking for something. But
Take
I
your time.
did have a story that was about father-daughter dance. So I don't know if it's as interesting. There's this one here that's, would I be the asshole for canceling my sister's wedding because it was my wedding first?
Oh, go.
You want to do that one?
Yeah, go ahead. That sounds
Continue.
good.
So,
Continue.
I want to hear the story behind that.
So I was meant to get married on the 1st of February, which was mine and my ex-fiance's anniversary. Oh, I didn't even clock that the first time I read it. We ended the engagement shortly after the new year because he cheated on me. The wedding was initially planned with just my money, but was very low key. And my parents asked if they could put up some additional money to make it a little bit bigger. By the end, about 60% of the wedding was paid for by me and 40% by my parents' contribution. My ex and I had agreed that I will pay for the wedding and he'll cover the honeymoon. Well, my ex left me to deal with canceling the wedding as his money wasn't involved. And I turned to my mother and sister for help because I didn't have the mental or emotional capacity to call vendors and venues and whatever else and cancel everything. My sister is engaged and helped me with a lot of the wedding planning. Next thing I know, my mother and sister are asking me if I wouldn't mind my sister just ... take my wedding. Every part of it, from the venue to the cake and everything in between. The sole difference will be the wedding dress. And even then, she said if she can't buy off the rack, she might have to get mine tailored to fit her instead. I called off my engagement less than 3 weeks ago. I am a fucking mess. I reached out to my family to help me cancel the wedding, and my sister is planning to take it over instead. My sister's run around telling our family that she is taking over before she even told me this.
Oh.
They are all attending. Her fiance has contacted his family and given them the date he will be getting married. I found all of this out today. She asked me if I was okay with this, like she hadn't already arranged everything. I told her to go fuck herself. I have until the 23rd to cancel things and get the money back. There's a couple of things where I won't get money back at this stage, but over 2/3 of it is still refundable. The money will be refunded to the card it was paid by, so both my parents and I will get the correct amounts back. Everything is shut right now because, but it's the 21st tomorrow. As I've not been in contact with these companies and it's my name on all the contracts, I have full power over this wedding. My sister said she'd pay me back eventually, but knowing her, I'll never see that money again.
Ooh.
Would I be the asshole if I called around and canceled everything?
This is a good one.
This is a fun one because my opinion changed several times as you were reading it.
Yes.
I see kind of all sides, because if there were no refunds happening, I'd be less on this person's side and more on the sister side.
Yeah.
But given that she can get refunded for a lot of stuff still,
Mhm.
I'm a little bit more on her side, and that the sister didn't ask her first.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like,
Because she knew what the answer was going to be.
yeah.
That's why she
That's
didn't.
why, right? Ask
Yeah.
forgiveness, not permission.
Mhm.
Doesn't
Yep.
work most of the time,
Nope.
actually.
Nope. You get yourself in way more of a pickle.
Yeah, you really do.
Della's got like a mischievous
Yeah,
look
go
on her
ahead.
No, I'm just trying to
face.
think about how to phrase it, because it is dirty on the part of the sister.
Yeah.
However, the original problem was that she needed help to
Cancel.
figure out and cancel all of these things. If all of a sudden she's like, I'm going to call and cancel it all, it's like, okay, bitch, why didn't you do that at the first?
Oh.
You know what I mean? If you're going to call and cancel it all, you should have just called and canceled it all and not been like, boo-hoo, I'm too emotionally distraught to do this.
Yeah.
Because now you're just being fueled by anger and now you're going to do it.
Yeah, yeah.
You
That's
know, like what was
interesting.
different about before? You couldn't call. Sorry, I know it's a bunch of
guess it's
vendors,
like-
but isn't it like 5 phone calls? Isn't it like venue,
Well, I guess
flowers,
because it's now it's like, well, I
caterer?
don't, she has more of a reason to do it because she does not want her sister to take this venue.
Right, and that seems mean to me. Because it's like, if
Okay.
you're not going to use it,
Okay, that was my feeling when I read it. But everybody is on her side. And so when I was reading it, I was like, wait, am I on the wrong side of her story here?
I think I'm ultimately.
Well, there's a lot to discuss.
I don't think I'm on anyone's side because I do think that a lot of mistakes have been made all around. I think poor choices have been made all around.
Yes.
I do think there's historics here. It sounds like there's historics.
For sure.
The whole, I don't think I'll actually ever see any of this money.
Yes.
And that's a valid concern.
Yeah.
That's totally valid.
Totally.
Too,
and
right?
I'm what you said about the like if she just was losing all the money, it was like, great. Please, let's just use it.
Yeah, exactly.
And you helped me plan it anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm kind of like, it's already your vision in a way. It kind of just seems like easy, but I get all the emotion behind it all.
And I get wanting to do what the sister did because it's like, oh my God, well, we have all this. And maybe the sister didn't even know how much was going to be refunded versus not, you know?
Yeah,
and maybe she wasn't thinking about that and just kind of got excited.
Just like, oh, yes.
Right?
That's exactly what I was thinking too, because you get carried away.
Yeah, totally.
And it's like, oh my God, like, oh my God, this is finally happening.
And then it's like,
this could be perfect. This could be perfect.
Yeah, because she could almost think that she's doing a huge, again, like, oh my God, okay, we're going to save the day. We're going to have the wedding anyway. It's going to be like a spite wedding and we're going to have a good time no matter what. And so I can totally see where they're coming from here. But it feels like the way they went about it maybe wasn't the best overall.
More upfront.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It just should have presented that first. They should have said something to the main woman first.
But also if you look at it from her perspective, it would be so emotionally difficult to go to the day that you planned with your cheating husband.
Oh, I wouldn't want to, like, again, just putting myself in those shoes, like, yeah, same deal if we had like broken up.
Oh my God, can you imagine Amanda gets married there like 3 weeks later?
Yeah, I wouldn't, right?
That would be hard, wouldn't it?
It totally would. So that's where I think, like, especially given that she could have gotten refunds on all this, that they could have come to her first, explain the idea, and she could have been like, look,
get her on board.
Appreciate your enthusiasm, but it's actually going to make me too emotionally distraught. Yeah. And I actually can get refunds.
And she's paying for it.
And that's the other thing.
She's literally paying
she's paying for it.
So she's going to pay her back.
You got to pony the money up first.
Yeah.
Is the other thing. There's no, because she's right too. Is what it sounds like. She'll, never actually pay her back.
She's probably the little sister, is just used to everyone taking care of her.
Sure. I get that. Me. Yeah. So I'm the little brother, so yeah.
We're all youngest.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Woo!
Try to be youngest. It's good.
It really is. Highly recommend.
Yeah. No one punishes you. Like, you have so much leash, honestly. Everyone's like, okay, well, they're not a total fuck up, so they're fine.
Exactly. And Ross is also the only boy grandchild, at least on the one side. So he's got it made in the shade.
Can do no wrong.
Can do no wrong. He's the grandson, baby.
It's great.
But we do have an update here that kind of gives a little bit more insight into the money situation about how that all works. So I talked to my sister and explained how upset I was and how hurt it made me feel. And she said that it was a good thing and it would be therapeutic for me to see good come from bad.
Oh.
I said that is really not what it's feeling like on my end. And to me, it feels like I got cheated on a month before my wedding. And my sister said she would cancel everything for me and then decided that getting married in my dress in the venue my ex and I picked out together on our anniversary date, and this did not feel good. I said if she wanted to buy the wedding off of me, then I needed payment in full for my 60% by the 23rd, which at this point I think was like in 2 days or like the next day. And I wanted to switch our names on the contracts. She said she was hoping for closer to a payment plan where she paid me back only 50% of the 60 I put down in monthly installments over the next 10 months. She wanted to pay me back 5% per month for 10 months, and I still wouldn't get all my money back. Oh, that's dirty, because you know what she's doing here, because she knows she'd only get 2/3 anyway.
Yeah.
So she's like, well, I'll give you 50%, which is going to be more than the 2/3 you get, but you have to get me on a payment plan.
I think the sisters kind of sound like an opportunistic bitch.
Yeah. She is sounding a little bit shadier about it too. Yeah, like she's trying to like profit. She's trying to. It sounds like she's like, I see a way to get a cheap wedding. Yeah. Out of this.
Yeah.
Because that's the other thing is like, for us, at least half the fun was planning the wedding
Yeah.
and like picking out the things that we want. So I wouldn't want like someone else's wedding.
No.
You know.
No,
Anyway.
but
I
although
also
the
think,
sister
like-
did kind of plan it, but she was planning it for her sister in
Yeah,
mind.
exactly. Yeah.
So-
Maybe she was secretly planning it for herself,
For
and she knew
herself, she
the husband had been
knew.
cheating and figured it would happen.
And exposed
She
it.
was
what,
playing the
right
really
time.
long
Yeah.
Who
con.
told her about the cheating husband? Was it the
Ooh.
sister?
It was the sister. It was the
Was it?
sister's friend. She planted it.
Yeah, maybe.
She got the sister. She got her friend.
to like get the husband to cheat.
Yes.
Yeah. Diabolical.
I would cancel it all to spite my sister. Straight
Yeah.
up. I would be like, I'm
We've
taking the
switched
loss.
teams.
I'm taking the loss. I'm taking the rest of my money. Get fucked.
Yeah,
I agree.
I think I would too, because it's like you are in power. The sister is not presenting a good enough deal,
Yeah.
right? It's like if she was offering to just be like, look, I know this sucks, but I'll pay you in full right away,
Yeah.
and we'll do it. And I know it's hard for you, but like I've wanted to get married, and we've done all this work, and maybe it would be therapy, and like throwing it at the end, like maybe it would be a little therapeutic.
not being like, this is what's gonna
exactly,
happen.
and just like. And like, I'll take care of all the contracts. If she was doing that, then it'd be more reasonable too. But I think it's part of it is like that it's a shady way to do it, and then it's not a
Mhm.
good deal.
Yes.
So it really
I
feels like,
think-
yeah.
I think in the long run, her canceling all the things for her wedding and like no wedding happening and like going forward that way, everyone will get over it.
Yeah.
If they go forward the other way and the wedding does happen, like that's
Oh.
a rift for the rest of their lives as sisters.
Oh,
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah,
Like I don't
yeah.
think that you can repair that as easily.
You'll
No,
have
not as
reminders of it
easily.
constantly. You'll see photos, right? You'll be in all the photos.
So the
like
sister's gonna be miserable there. You want your
Yeah.
sister miserable
Yeah.
at your wedding?
Yeah.
that's it. Then it comes back down
You're
to
hurting
right
their
guest
feelings.
experience. Suddenly
Yeah.
now you have a hostile guest at the wedding.
Oh, I can't have a good time if people
Knowing
aren't having
that,
a good
right?
time. No,
Yeah,
no.
exactly.
It would ruin
Like,
my whole.
Same.
Yeah.
But clearly they have some kind of like sibling
Dynamic.
rivalry. Like this doesn't sound like a loving sisterhood, because I actually kind of do feel like from both sides, like if it was a loving sisterhood, I almost do feel like both would be treating it more delicately or even be more understanding. Like
Yeah.
even OP, I could honestly like see with my sister being like, yeah, this will help you out.
Mhm.
Like I could see being like selfless and being like, actually, that is a good idea.
And again, like going to OP first, the sister, if she had taken the idea to OP
Yes.
first and said like, I have an idea,
Yes.
you know, and starting there. And then if OP says no, then drop it. You know,
Yeah.
that's like a loving way of just like, hey, exactly. I know this is a bad situation, but I have an idea that maybe it works and we can still get a wedding and a party out of it. And like, because maybe like people had booked flights already to be out there and they're thinking
I'm
about
sure they
that
had,
too,
yeah.
right? Like, so I do understand that perspective of like, even like my sister actually broke off a wedding years ago. After like a bunch of deposits had been paid that were non-refundable, and some of them my mom was able to years later help that friend that the wedding that we were at in 2017, the chicken dance wedding,
Yeah.
like that she was able to like help her out with a couple of vendors that she had put deposits down on all these years ago for my sister's failed wedding. So
Oh.
like, you know, a kind of a similar situation of just like finding a way to take something that wasn't happening and make it into something that is happening.
Yes.
I can understand the sentiment and like why you're like, oh yeah, I'm ready to help out, but the way you go about it is a huge part
Is
of
everything.
it. So
Yeah.
Yeah, because how far away are we from the wedding at this point? It said 1st of
months,
February.
Yeah.
And
And-
when was this? Oh, January. Oh, only 1 month.
oh, okay, wow, yeah.
Or no, 10 days.
Oh, it's January 23rd. They're saying.
Because the original post was posted on January 20th and they were meant to get married on the 1st. So it was literally 10 days later.
Yeah, that's I'm shocked they can get refunds. Quite
That's
frankly,
what I'm thinking.
like.
I'm
Yeah.
shocked by that.
Yeah, because I think most of our stuff you had to cancel like more than 30 days out to get a portion of your
It
money
seems
back.
like this is only a week though. And honestly, the way she's writing, I think she's from a different country, so it might have just had different rules
that makes
there.
sense. Yeah, they could have different. They
There
might have,
is
like, government protection.
a little bit more of an update here though. But she said, I've made calls and canceled everything. Everything was paid for by me and my parents' money paid primarily for upgrades, the things I'd already bought. The money will be refunded to whoever paid for it. So myself and my parents will get the correct money back. However, with some, like the caterer, we've lost the deposit entirely. With some, like the venue, they kept part of the money, average 50%. And with some like the baker who was a family friend and hadn't started the cake yet, they completely refunded it, which is nice. I think the fact that I was open that the wedding was off because he cheated made them feel bad for me and probably made a few of them a little bit more lenient. I didn't just bring it up for the sake of it. Most of them asked why I was rescheduling. On the whole, I've gotten a little over half back, which is not as much as I thought. Really annoying thing is that I put these cancellations through on the 21st and it had to be done on the 18th, which was a 2 full weeks notice. I'd have gotten more, but they waited until the 20th to tell me. Oof. I don't know that they did that on purpose, but that is annoying.
Yeah.
The dates are open now and the plans are now there. If she wants to rebook everything in her name, she's welcome to do that. She helped me with a fuck ton of planning, knows the details better than I do, and she can easily rebook the exact same thing and will probably be doing the venues a favor considering how close it was to the big day. Some refunds will be instant, some will take long.
This sounds like the best case scenario outcome.
Yeah, actually it is. It's going to be the most bloodless.
Yeah, it's kind of like if you want it great, you can do it.
Yeah, exactly.
You can do it.
And maybe you'll get some discounts.
But I'm not paying for it.
Yeah, I get
but
that.
Also,
I think she should invoice this fucking dude for whatever she didn't get back.
Honestly,
yeah,
know what she didn't get back.
Like,
You're
genuinely.
So right.
Mm-hmm.
I know, but now it does almost feel like now actually it is kind of weird if you think about it because she's like, well, she's open to book it. So it's like, are you really upset about her booking or doing it exactly because now I'm almost like, what is your point here? Because if you're okay with her rebooking everything and having the exact wedding and you would end up going anyway, it's not really about the emotional part of it. It's more about just that you didn't want to pay or make it easy
part
for
of it
her?
I think part of it's the money where just again like she's like if you want to do all this then you book it and pay based on their payments, not like you're gonna make me some payment plan or whatever. Like you're gonna enter real contracts and be beholden to real vendors who have grounds to go after you if you don't pay them versus like you trying to put me on a payment plan and then probably missing payments and then I can't really like follow up on that because you're a family member and it's tough when money gets between family members.
So it does almost seem like it is more about the family thing, or it's sort of like out of her hands a little bit where it's like, well, I wasn't like, if you want to do that, go for it. But like it almost like by canceling it and then restarting it, it almost like makes it less your wedding.
Yeah. That makes, honestly, yes.
Even if exactly everything was the same, there is part of it that's like, okay, well, you rebooked it and now it's a new wedding, fresh start.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's something to be said. There's something to be said for that. Like here are the cancellations, here's the refunds, like some kind of closure, right? Even if it's a little bit, it's just anything that you can kind of attach some closure to. So it sounds like it was the best for everyone involved, honestly. And yeah, if the sister really wants it, she'll have a wedding for it. But I just can't imagine trying to coordinate like the husband side of the family going from, hey, there's no wedding happening at all to, hey, there's a wedding happening in less than 2 weeks and trying to like get people
get everything
out
that's
and
so
stuff.
True.
Like unless everyone's local
Unless
and it's a small family, maybe it's a small thing, but
yeah, it's kind of a hard thing.
She mentioned that it was a small thing and then her parents wanted to upgrade it a little bit. But even still, like,
True.
I just, we sent out save the dates a year in advance.
Yeah.
And I was still like, are people going to be able to make it? And
exactly.
Even one of my cousins contacted us like right before we had sent the save the dates, but just after we had booked the venue and was just like, hey, my daughter's dance program that she's in needs to know dates a year in advance for tournaments and stuff or whatever meets and stuff that they go to. It's like, all right, you're the first one to know. We have a confirmed date, like the 31st of May.
Okay, good,
block
good,
that
good.
out.
Yeah, that's
so
smart.
Stuff like that, and maybe they didn't care, whatever. But I'm just like, I just can't imagine booking a wedding. Even when sometimes people tell us that they're planning a wedding, that their wedding is like 6 months or something. I'm like, if you're planning it in less than a year, that seems insanely stressful.
Yes.
So I think canceling it and just wash your hands. And if you lose some money, that sucks. But like, you don't want to be reminded of this guy that cheated on you. Fuck
totally.
him.
It makes sense.
He's
it
the
does
asshole.
suck that she lost
Charge
more
him.
money.
Yeah, he's the asshole.
He's the asshole. Invoice him, babe.
Yeah. Send the dogs.
Bill him. Bill him, babe.
Yeah. Especially with her especially with the sister's habit of not paying back.
That too.
I would
get that.
Again, it's like hard for me because like I'm thinking of my sister and stuff, and like we just would never like leave each other high and dry. Like I would always pay. The payment plan thing I do kind of understand though, because my parents have often like let me get on payment plans like when I bought their car and things like that.
Oh yeah.
So I get it with family. Like I can see myself being like, oh, well, can I do a payment plan? But I don't know. It is just so weird to be like, I don't know, but the whole behind the back thing, that's what it boils
Yeah.
down to.
And I think with the payment plan, it's like a historical, right? Like maybe in the past, the
They've
sister has
tried
had
that
trouble paying back even on payment plans.
for sure.
And so, yeah.
I mean, it's 2 for 2 stories about like bad communication that could have
Yeah.
like kind of avoided the whole situation.
That's 1,000
Communication's
for
huge.
1,000 in
Right?
these stories.
Yeah,
It's every
100%.
time. That's all it is. It's always what it is.
Yeah.
All right.
mean-
So what are we going? Are we saying not the asshole?
I guess, yeah, I think not the asshole.
Or everybody sucks? No, I don't know. I guess
think
not
no
the
assholes here because I can understand. I think it
think
could have been handled better.
Yeah.
I don't think anything was done with malice. Other the only asshole is the cheater, right? That
Of
guy,
course.
YTA for him.
Yeah.
But I think no assholes here, but things could have been handled better.
Yeah, agree.
Agreed.
All in agreement.
That was a good one.
That could be
That was a
one-
roller coaster.
both of those could go all 4.
yeah.
Like both of
I
them
could
could
see the
literally be
reasons for all of them.
YTA, NTESH, NAH. I
Yeah.
could there's an
Yeah.
argument for everything,
Yeah.
I think.
Classic.
All right. Well, thank you guys for joining me and sharing your wonderful
It's been so
wedding
much fun.
stories.
Oh my gosh.
I had a blast at your wedding. It was so fun. I just
thank
love
you.
being with that crew. That whole crew. Was
We'll
just
send you. We
so
have to
fun.
send you the link to all the photos because we.
Oh,
finally
you have
that.
it?
Yeah, we do.
We
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yes, yes,
Mhm.
yes,
We've
yes,
got
yes.
it.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Well,
Thanks
thank
for
you.
listening.
Thanks for listening. And thank you guys for listening. And remember, you can't spell drama without D.
Whoop whoop.